Greetings, this is Shay Jackson with Hype Educational Specialist, and today we will be going over a pre-algebra multi-step word problem. The answer will be provided, and we're going to prove that that answer is correct. The math concepts required to solve this problem are the distributive property, combining like terms, and also the inverse operation. The equation is 6 minus 2n is equal to 14 plus 4 times, in parentheses, n minus 5. The answer is n is equal to 2. Let's prove it. The first step in solving this equation is distributing the 4 to the n and the 5. With the distributive property, we are using multiplication in order to combine those terms. We'll have 4 times n, which is 4n, and also we'll have 4 times 5, which is 20. My equation will now read 6 minus 2n is equal to 14 plus 4n minus 20. The second step to solving this equation is to combine like terms. On the left-hand side of my equation, where it is 6 minus 2n, I do not have like terms. So let's look at the right-hand side. On the right-hand side of my equation, I have 14 plus 4n minus 20. I have like terms. I have two constants, the 14 and also the negative 20. Even though it says minus 20, if I were to do keep, change, that means keep the first variable term, change the subtraction sign to addition, and also change the sign of the 20. So if it's positive 20 right now, it would change into negative 20. That would mean I would have 14 plus negative 20. 14 plus negative 20 is equal to negative 6. So now my equation will read 6 minus 2n is equal to negative 6 plus 4n. The third step that I need to use in order to solve this equation is the inverse operation. I'm going to either combine my like terms first or my constants. In this equation, this example, I am going to combine my variable terms first. Here's a note. Whenever you are moving variable terms, make sure that you move the smaller variable term, in this example it's negative 2n, over to where the larger variable term is. In this example, it's 4n. Why is that? We do not want to have a negative coefficient in front of that variable. That would create an extra step for us in solving the problem. So ideally, whenever you are moving the variable term, always move the smaller variable term over to the larger one. Because we had minus 2n or negative 2n on the left-hand side, in order to move it, I have to use the inverse operation. It just means to use the opposite operation that you have right now. Because it's negative 2n, I am going to add 2n to both sides. Once I do that, my equation will read 6 is equal to negative 6 plus 6n. How did I get 6n? 4n plus 2n is equal to 6n. Now I'm going to move my constant. Again, I am working on the side with the variable because my purpose is to get the variable or isolate the variable on the side of the equation by itself in order to solve it. I need to move my constant, which is negative 6, to the other side of the equation. Again, using the inverse operation, means using the opposite operation. Since that is a negative 6, I am going to add 6 to both sides of the equation. Once I do that, my equation will be 6 plus 6 is 12, so it will be 12 is equal to 6n. The final and the fourth step is isolating the variable. Again, we're going to have to use the inverse operation. 6n, the operation that's used with 6n is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide 6 on both sides of my equation. 6 divided by 6 is 1, so I'm just left with n. 12 divided by 6 is 2. N is equal to 2, and my answer that I started off with is correct. Good job.